Europe, we got a bit of news here. I am a farmer, not a slave. Farmers march in Warsaw demanding action against Ukrainian imports and EU's Green Deal. And here it is, the protest here. So there it is, folks. And it goes on to say that in the largest demonstration to date, the protesters began on February 9th. Polish farmers and their supporters waved red and white Polish flags and carried banners reading, "Without us, you will be hungry, naked, and sober." And I am a farmer, not a slave. Warsaw City Hall estimated the number of demonstrators taking part in the march at just over 10,000. So there it is. Just an update on what's been happening. We covered that last week, and I think Eduardo covered it on that previous Mike in the Night too. And Orwell comes to France. Left-wing NGO Reporters Without Borders seeks to censor conservative journalists in its home country. And France is doubling and tripling down on censorship. And when people start realizing that all these elections have been fixed and a lot of these people should be held accounted for the crimes against humanity. And British taxpayers to pay a minimum of 200,000 euros per migrant sent to Rwanda. The Rwandan partnership could see the British taxpayer pay more than £2 million per migrant for the removal of just a few hundred new arrivals. And, of course, you could smell money laundering from a mile away. They'll probably end up costing them $3,000 to send them back, and the other £197,000 will go into someone's bank account that already has probably £1 billion in it, and they'll just keep doing that and thinking that when they go to the next life they could bring these pounds with them and use them in the next life. But they're going to be in for a rude awakening when they realize that their money is no good in the next life. And this is an important one here. Brit jailed for 2 years for posting anti-immigration stickers online. Sam Melia was found guilty of inciting racial hatred by posting printable stickers to Telegram that read, "We will be monitoring our homeland by 2026 and diversity designed to fail, built to replace." That's exactly, I don't know why I could understand if he was lying, but he's not lying. It's exactly what's happening. The guy's not lying. So what are they going to do? A British right-wing activist has been sentenced to 2 years in prison after being found guilty of inciting racial hatred for sharing stickers online warned about consequences of immigration. So, Sam Melia, 34, was convicted at Leeds Crown Court on January 24th for distributing printable stickers via a Telegram channel with intent of stirring up racial hatred. What does it have to do with racial hatred when you want to protect your own? Like when Canada was deporting scores of Portuguese in 2007 and 2008. At that time, they were going into high schools, grabbing the children that spoke Portuguese, holding them back. They were doing all kinds of stuff, vehicle road blitzes. They shut down Dufferin Mall and everything. You have to get Chat GPT to look this up for you because all the articles have been taken down by the Trudeau administration. But here's the deal. At that time, I'm like, well, I guess it's Canada is Canada, and if they don't want somebody in their country, they'll make an example of it, right? And it's Canada. Canada makes its rules. If Canada doesn't want me here as a Portuguese, then I'll have to leave, right? If they don't want me here, or they asking for me to go back to Portugal, I will go back to Portugal. But because I'm not of this land, right? But here's the problem with this. This guy's, protecting his land like Canada was doing in 2007 and 8. And it's disgusting, like how people want to protect their way of life. You know, how I say in the videos, the Canadian proper. And I talk about the Canadians from Canada, the American proper, the Australian proper, the people that built the infrastructure, fought the wars, right, are basically being shown the door, or basically being silenced, or basically being ridiculed for protecting their own way of life and preserving their way of life. Like, I don't understand. Like, it doesn't. Anyways. And London theater bans white people from attending shows. And a woke theater in West End has officially banned white people from attending a show about slavery in a so-called blackout. And white theater goers are banned from attending black-only theater night in London. And this is really, really sad what's happening. And this divide, they're creating this divide between us, which is really sad. I believe in closed borders. I believe in preserving the country's nationality, the country's history, preserving the country's, the Canadian way of doing things, the American way of doing things, American apple pie. You know what I mean? Ireland, the Irish way of doing things. And it's really sad how things have been unraveling, and very heartbreaking at times to try and digest what's going on.